Oh my God, your poor dad.
Quiet my fears at the touch of your hand.
Pepper cut stings in my pepper thin
Thank
plans.
you. Welcome back now to Your Poor Dad.
Go on.
You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. So thank you for joining us and being the fourth Brant sister.
And you know what? Thank you for joining us, Bailey, for once.
You're all welcome.
You know,
We've missed you. I speak for all of us when we've all missed you.
all of us.
I know that you were saying that someone was upset that the last two episodes were just Jade and Bailey. So
Yeah, clearly.
you're welcome.
Yeah, first of all, no one ever gets my name wrong, but they always get, I feel like your name is wrong.
First of all, the last two episodes were Jade and Paige.
Jade and Paige are putting the show on their back.
We can call my little fans, which I clearly don't have any,
Pager
pagers.
Little pages.
Little pagers.
The Page Ragers.
The P Ragers.
And
And guess what? I clearly don't have any.
You do have fans.
Well, they don't even remember my
Mom
name.
doesn't even remember your name.
Dad doesn't remember our
Dad
names.
for sure doesn't.
Dad doesn't.
That's poor middle child problem.
No, Dad
poor
almost
me.
on purposely says the wrong name every time.
So I have a question. Bailey, did you listen to the past two episodes?
One of them came out today, so no.
Oh, you didn't
That was
listen
the-
to it on your ride
That was a
home?
really good one.
It was a really good episode. I think it was like the best episode we've ever done.
I saw that you guys were patting yourselves on the back on social media.
If we
but-
don't, who is?
Well, and I just have to say, I must give props where props are due. The
yourself?
edit that, to Jade. The edit that Jade made on the clip to promote the episode, best edit you ever made.
I know, it was so good.
It was amazing. She was able to seamlessly just go from clip to clip to clip, from us recording to the concert, from us recording to the concert.
you know,
She's an artist.
I'm so inspired by our Taylor, who are in heaven,
Our Lord and Savior.
our Lord and
Taylor
Sister-
Swift.
Yeah,
Our Lord and Taylor.
because she is such a good storyteller, and I was like, we need to work on our storytelling because that is like that's like the age-old tradition. People used to,
It's a tale as old as time.
cave women and men used to sit around a fire and just tell each other stories. So
Yep.
like we need to work on that. And so I was like, we should do this really cool edit.
I loved it.
But I wanted to. So you didn't listen to the episode.
No.
Well, I'm assuming the sisters listened to it. I hope you did. But
if you didn't, someone's
do it.
sister has to listen.
So we went to Taylor Swift, and it was in Arlington, and our parents live outside of Fort Worth. So we drove up and hung out with Andy and Sandy. That's our mom and dad. Yes, our parents are named Andy and Sandy.
They're adorable.
And mom was like yelling at me because I don't let you talk enough. She's like, you're such a bitch to Bailey.
Also, Mom also said, Paige, thank you for being the only one that sticks up for me on the podcast. It's because I can't say anything on here. I don't think you're a bitch for not letting me talk. I think you're a bitch for many other reasons.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just kidding.
And we also, since you didn't listen to the episode, you didn't hear this, but this is such a total dad move. We were watching Reputation, getting into the mood. Like, we're like, okay, this is, how many times did we tell Dad, this is Taylor's last tour she did,
And I told him,
2018.
because
Paige was here.
I was like, this recording, Dad has very specific memories of when I came, because Tyson came with me, and Tyson was hanging out with Dad the night that I went to the concert. So I was trying to explain to Dad, what we're watching right now was the last time I came for a Taylor Swift concert. You were with Tyson, whatever. He could not get it through. He's like,
Never.
this is what you're going to
He's
tomorrow.
like, wait. Is this what she's doing tomorrow? How are we watching this now? How many times do we have to tell him? It kind of is.
But also the fact that I was trying to skip ahead to very specific time marks that I knew were certain songs
that
or whatever
you have tattooed on the inside of your arm.
I've watched this a lot, and he's like, this is what you're going to. No, Dad, how do you think this happened? How do you think I've seen this so many times if I'm seeing this tomorrow?
Yeah. It
God bless him.
It was a total dad move. But you know
But then also, and he's like, wow, she's talented.
yeah, duh. Why do you think we just spent an arm and a leg to go see her? Which brings me to my next point. I have a new campaign for us, and I'm going to follow up on this. We need to go see Taylor Swift again in a suite.
I know.
So I know Miller Lite. We have a little connection to Miller Lite. We literally drink Miller Lite all the time. Not
Except
right now.
Today
but-
we're drinking no.
This is for the Roberts.
Shout out to Mr. Roberts Sr.
Yeah.
This is the wine that you gave Jade.
But imagine, I think
It's delicious.
all of us, I've already wrote some scripts, but we need to like set aside a day and record some TikToks because we need to be pitching ourselves to Soldier Field, to Miller Lite, to like all these people that we've been promoting this whole time and get the army of the sisters to get us. And then once we get there, then we can do like maybe like a Your Poor Dad suite. Where like if the sisters want to come and pay the money, because we're all gonna have to pay, but we're gonna like hopefully get a little like break with the sponsors.
Well, or just the opportunity to get a suite.
Right, exactly. So we're putting that out in the universe. I've already like some of the sisters are like out there, so it's out there. We're gonna do it. We're gonna see Taylor Swift again. Bailey, you can come this time.
We're
I
gonna do
would
it.
love to come.
So here's
Oh
the
my
thing.
God.
Here's the thing. The reason Bailey couldn't come with us this weekend to the Taylor Swift concert is because, you know, she works a job that she does not get paid enough for the work that she does.
Right.
You know, and priorities, right? At this point in her life, she just does not make the income, which she should. America, she should. But to be spending the amount of money that we spent on these Taylor Swift tickets, and at the time when we bought the tickets, you also had a job. So it truly did all work out.
Right.
When it was happening.
Yeah, exactly.
But you'll definitely come to the next one.
Yeah.
God willing.
But since you weren't there with us, I actually don't know what you did this weekend. Besides, you watched The Frenchmen, which are Paige's two dogs, the Frenchies.
I spent a lot of time with the Frenchmen. It was really nice. It was a beautiful weather in Austin. I got to go to the pool. I would set little Frenchman timers so I would know when to come back. So I would only be gone for like 4 hours at a time because they're very needy.
They are very needy.
But then I went to our friend Sarah's birthday. That was really fun.
Happy birthday, Smacky. 30, flirty, and thriving.
Except for I cried there. I didn't even tell you that.
Wait, why?
Well, speaking of what my mysterious job is, there was a
incident?
tragedy. Yeah.
Another?
No.
Oh, the big one?
The big one
Yikes.
in Nashville. The shooting at a school.
Okay.
Are we going to pretend
Yeah, no,
like
that's
it's
fine.
real or not real? Like,
Just go.
Just go.
it's weirder to say there was a tragedy.
No,
Like,
we're more laughing because you just related it back to your career and
Because
we just did a
I had
whole-
just restarted that. Whatever. Everything's
Just
fine.
go on.
Everything's fine.
Jesus. Well, no.
She's malfunctioning.
Also, your face looks really pretty.
I know your skin
Thank
is
you. I'm
glowing.
wearing a lot of makeup.
Well, but the color on your lips looks really good too.
Oh, it's like 3. I was trying to match my...
3.
It's 3.
It looks really
been-
good.
Long week.
Do you want us to take over from here? I feel like you're having a really hard time right now.
You had a
Fine.
No, keep going.
I don't even care if...
People know?
No, I do think. Look, truly, the cat is out of the bag.
Yeah, let's talk about the Nashville shooting. If that made you cry, because it made me cry
It made me cry.
I've cried every single day since.
It's really scary.
And it's really sucks because the only time I look at social media is pretty much in the morning or going to sleep. And that's
Really?
yes.
She's busy.
I'm so busy. And
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
the worst way to start your day and also end your day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I wake up and I cry and then I go to sleep and I cry and then it's just a puffy-eyed
And I feel like
cycle.
it's just so heightened right now. And then I think that also just like makes people do crazy shit.
Well, it's also, I don't know, I don't want to get into this too much, but whenever you were starting this new job was shortly after the Uvalde
Yeah.
shooting.
Uvalde.
And that was something where I, as a sister of a teacher, bought you and your little, what are they called? Your
classroom mate.
Your classroom mate. They have like a shared space or whatever. I bought you guys the little things because they don't really have like locks on their doors, so it's like how you put into the door frame to make sure you can lock the door.
It's like always advertised for people going to hotels.
Yeah, little things like
And
that.
teachers in schools now. That's really fucked up.
Because it is really fucked up, but it's also one of those things where I don't blame like your school. I just blame America's
Society.
school, like education. Like there's just not enough things. Like you should, let's go back. You should be getting paid a lot of money. And two, it's like you should be able to feel really safe and be comforted by like it, at the very least having super solid like resources on like if this happens we feel comfortable in this situation.
Yeah,
and
like
that's just
they
not
don't
the
even
case.
they don't even give you your basic safety, let alone, and then also on top of that, like your own resources to even teach the kids. And our society is built on the youth, and we're not even
We're ain't
protecting
nothing without them youths.
Yeah, and look at the way we're treating the youth. It's just insane. Like I would be so scared if I was a kid these days.
Well, the podcast Sinisterhood did, like, they had like a really good take, just like not a good take. They're just like talking normally because everyone knows it's fucked up, but they were like, this is great because they're talking about like the lockdown generation. Cause like I'm at the tail end of, or like the beginning of the lockdown generation where like I didn't have that many like lockdown drills we would like practice in schools like when I was in school. But now like Gen Z's coming up and they're like, oh no, this is like an active like anxiety inducing thing. And now they're becoming adults, they're growing up and they're going to be able to like maybe do something about it. And it's like, well, I'm going to be listening to the people who went through this stuff and experience it all the time. And now that they're like old enough to like make a change, maybe we're going to like push out some of the people. And Gen Z is going to be our new leading the pack.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So again, thoughts and prayers to the families of those affected in
And
Nashville
this whole
and
fucking
the whole
country.
community and everybody.
Because we need to do something. Like I don't know how many more times this has to happen at a fucking school.
Yeah.
It's insane. And I think the biggest thing is like you want us to give up our safety of our sister for your fucking hobby. That is point blank. And I see where it all stems from in the Constitution, why it says you should have a right to bear arms, because at that point in time, we needed to protect ourselves from the government.
Well, you can also have the right to bear arms, but there should be
gun
parameters.
registries.
It shouldn't just be like you'll get a gun, you'll get a
Yeah,
gun,
you
you'll get
have
a
a
gun.
right to drive a car, but you also have to get a fucking driver's license.
Yeah.
I also want to protect myself from the government, but I can't
Yeah, you can't
shoot my way into
You can't-
getting an abortion or anything. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't have
and
rights.
that's a whole other like
Yeah.
And it drives me nuts when people are like, oh, you're trying to like use this tragedy to push your agenda. But it's like, yeah, it kind of does feel like we have to, because like you so quickly took away our right to get an abortion, which is a female's right to be able to decide what happens to her body.
Which is healthcare.
Exactly. And then, but you're so like dead set on these laws that are truly killing people.
Well, because it also kind of really spirals down to like the mental health. We do not
Nothing.
have enough facilities. There's nothing
Yeah, so
going into like mental health, and that is typically
What happened?
the issue with like the whole the guns being placed in the hands of the like wrong people,
Right.
because they weren't able to get help for some of their like the mental things that they're going through, their struggles, which also kind of leads, it's the same thing with the abortion.
Yeah.
And then but there's so many, it's a ripple effect, there's so many other things that we as in the government are not getting support on, with like funding for like foster care and things like that.
So it's like, okay, you want your guns and you don't want us to get abortions. So give us women's health care and give us mental health resources.
Yeah.
And then we'll be happy. There you go. It's fixed.
And also, now that we just like actually talked out loud about Baily being a teacher, it really is a struggle. And I see her come home every day really late because she's always working. And if anyone feels, they want to do some charity work or something, she has an Amazon wish list, and that would be
that's such a
awesome.
good idea.
Because it's something that I've been wanting to talk about, but we hadn't really explicitly said that you were a teacher. But I mean, her and her teammates, co-teachers, I don't know what you call teachers, they just like go through so many
Co-teacher.
resources. And it's, for me, as your roommate, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just go buy these for you because it's going to make your life so much easier. And that's one instance. It's like, well, no, there's too many times that's happening where it's like there's not enough resources that the school's able to give. So if you guys want to, donate to her little wish list, we'll link
put
it.
Yeah, we'll put it in our link.
We'll link it in every single episode.
God. Okay, we'll see.
So keep that baby up to date.
Okay, I might go back to pretending like I never told anyone I was a teacher, but whatever.
Okay, well,
I mean, people, if they really want to find out, they can find out. You're like on the internet.
I am on the internet. Everyone's on the internet. Anyway, all that being said, I haven't cried since like 6:30 this morning, and
nice.
Everything else.
I
other
cried
than
on
that,
the way here.
You did?
Yeah, because I was singing "Death by a Thousand Cuts," and I was literally thinking of like
Me.
yeah,
Dying by a thousand cuts.
and I was thinking of, and then when "Cruel Summer" came on, and the part "He looks up grinning like a devil," like I just can't. And I can't get over the feeling of singing that with 70,000 people. It was like so insane.
It's also so crazy because whenever we were recording the episode about the concert, and you were like, what was, besides Death by a Thousand Cuts, like what was your favorite song? And I said, Don't Blame Me.
Yeah.
I honestly almost forgot about Cruel Summer
because it's the longest fucking concert I've ever been to.
Well, because it was really long. It was right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I think at that moment, since it had just started, like I really hadn't been able to like register yet what was happening. It almost was like truly a blur.
Yeah.
Because then whenever you were like, oh, not Cruel Summer, I was like, oh my God,
Cruel
almost
Summer was
forgot
so
that
good.
happened.
And she
was
looked
perfect.
It was beautiful. She looked so stunning. I need to know I need to know what she gets done to her face. Like I'm dying to get my little paws on whatever that is.
I know.
So if you know and you're in Austin, you want to sponsor your girl getting her face back, let me know. I'm in my free shit era.
Face back?
Yeah, my face back.
Oh.
Snatched back to the gods.
Oh, I thought you meant like you lost it.
No,
I was
snake.
like, I think
Yeah,
where
my face
is it?
back to 30. I'm losing my face. I'm 34. I'm almost 35.
Oh, God.
I was talking to Mr. Roberts and I was like, I'm about to be 35.
You want to know what was really weird? I was having a conversation with a coworker, shout out Patrick, and because we were talking about somehow on the subject of at what age are you considered middle age? And then I was like, oh, that makes me think of Vanderpump Rules, right? Because she was 34, 32, something like that. Sheena was whenever that one random, I think his name was Brett, that one random season they brought like Danica, Brett, and like all these, and she was on his podcast and he's like, this 30 something year old woman, definitely less than 35, middle-aged woman. And I was like, the nerve, right?
Ew, Brett was so gross.
So
I hated Brett.
I was asking him, I'm like, what age do you think is middle-aged? Because I'm thinking 50. He was like, that's so generous because you're expecting people to live till 100.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
like
that is
that's what I think.
That
but
is.
apparently Google says that it's like 40.
No. No, because everything's moving back a decade. Like the 30s are your new 20s. 40s are the new 30s. Everyone knows this, so don't listen to Google.
Middle age is the new 50s.
Yeah, and middle age like isn't a thing. It's a social construct.
Yeah.
So, and with plastic surgery, like literally nothing matters.
On the
It
subject,
doesn't matter.
The only thing that matters is our time clock, or womanly time clock. Whatever is it called?
Biological clock.
Biological.
the womenly time clock.
Yeah, that's the only thing that truly matters, and that's the only thing fighting against us. But other than that, like Botox, filler, ponytail, what's it called? Ponytail facelift.
Yeah.
I'm good. Good as gold.
Speaking of Vanderpump Rules, Bailey and I officially caught up.
You're caught up?
Except
Yeah.
for what we don't know. We've never needed to know this. When do the new episodes, what day of the week do the new episodes?
Wednesday.
Okay, so
Hump day.
this is Thursday, so we have a new episode to watch.
Yeah, and it's really, really good.
Because we have just been having, it streaming nonstop, right? And then it just ended.
You've been having it streaming nonstop. I've missed like half a season every time.
But to be fair, the
There's not
last
that
like
much
2
going
or
on.
3 seasons, the last 2 seasons, not much to keep up with. Like
Yeah.
you'll join in, and I'm like,
Join in.
all you need to know is this.
It's not
Well,
like
can I tell you
it's
guys
a
something
thick
that
plot.
happened?
Okay.
Okay, so you know how Katie's in Mexico?
Yes.
And Sheena like doesn't really want her there. And
Yes.
they're both doing their like petty little thing. Like Katie's being petty, Sheena's being petty. And it's like they have like a very long history.
Which, first of all, if I were Katie, I also would have been standing my ground. No, I'm going.
Yeah, no, I know.
I don't care if I'm not going to your wedding. I'm going.
Yeah. And so Sheena was like, okay, I got her off the preferred list, but Sheena's trying to control everything as Sheena does. But Katie's like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So Sheena was like, okay, which bridesmaid is going to tell Katie that she can't go to the preferred pool? Because there's like this, I guess, the preferred pool that with a swim up bar, it's the only one in the resort. And she was kind of joking when she said it, but like, guess who took it too seriously?
Raquel.
Yep. Shut up. This dumb fucking bitch. So
Especially
Katie,
at this point, the narrative is Raquel really wants to make out with Schwartz.
yeah.
So, of all people.
Yeah. And so Katie and Tom have this like terrible fucking dinner where it's like, I can see how Katie is so annoying to fight with for Tom, but I can also see way more how annoying it is to have Tom. Like Tom takes Katie to that place.
Yeah.
And he's basically like, you know, they're talking about how he had Brett's back. And Katie was like, I want you to like not have Brett's back. Like, especially when you were talking shit about Brett asking you to be a groomsman. And you could just see
Brock.
Yeah, whatever the fuck his name
Okay.
was.
I was like,
Sorry. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Brock. And so she was like, remember when Brock asked you to be a groomsman and you said, I don't really know him that well, but I guess I'll do it. And you could just tell, like, that's totally something Tom said to her. And he was like getting so like flushed, like, Katie, shut the fuck up. I didn't say that. Oh, you know what? It's best that we don't talk anymore. And that's so something you would do in a fight is like call someone out like that. And it was just like so cringe to watch. And then she was like, why do you have this person's back over mine? This is like the problem. This is why you never stuck up for me. And then they just spiraled from there.
well, which was really sad that last episode we watched, she said something like, you know, I thought that we've known each other for a decade, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, I thought that the problem was me being his wife. And so I thought that us getting divorced, he would be able to like see things because he always has his friends back. So he's like loyal to his friends. I thought that when we got divorced, I would kind of go back to being one of the friends. She's like, I guess not.
Yeah.
Which is like so fucking sad.
And he's such a Libra too. Like is such a Libra man where he has to see the other side and things. And that's how he's able to process things. And he's trying to balance out the situation. So Katie is very staunch in her ways and he's trying to just like bring some balance. And I see that, but I also see how fucking annoying that is. Mm-hmm. But
because it happens all the time.
right. And so she gets done with this dinner. She goes up into her room. She's really upset. She asks Christina Kelly to come up and she's like, oh my gosh, I got here as soon as possible. Then they hear a knock on the door and they're like, what the fuck? Who is that? It was such a genuine, like, what is it? And then Christina Kelly like looks, it's Raquel. It's Raquel. It's like I was shocked when I saw that on my screen. I was like, what?
Whose balls did she find this season?
She's so excited to have balls.
Because she has Sheena and Ariana and the rest of the cast like pumping her up because they're her best friends. These people are so ride or die for Raquel because I think they feel really sorry for her. They see her as like the baby of the group.
Yeah, they see her as like finally being able to come into her own,
Getting
like,
out of this toxic
yes.
relationship. So they're trying to take her under her wing. I totally see it. But little do they know.
But she can't be trusted.
She cannot be trusted. And so she tells Katie, she's like, hey, I'm just going to come in here. I don't even need to sit down because it's going to be quick. Like, you could just know that she like practiced that all the way up.
I'd be
First
like,
of all-
nope, get out. Don't even come in my room. Get
How
out.
can she memorize that speech and not
I can't even do it toast.
and need like James to feed her lines every
Yeah.
point by point for her engagement party speech?
And that's why she's getting like everyone on her side because it's like, oh, look at Raquel. She's finally like learning how to be a human being. So she tells Katie like, Sheena said that since you got removed from the preferred tower, that you can't go to the preferred pool. And Katie was like, I think I'm gonna go to the preferred pool.
Yeah.
So this just like feeds Katie even more because Katie is Paige, as we're now figuring out, and she's like
Pre-therapy Paige.
yeah, she's like, no, I'm gonna go to the pool. And Raquel's like, okay, well, I'm just telling you. She's like, so you're just gonna do whatever you want? And Katie's like, yeah, if I want to go to the fucking pool. And she's like, well, it's the only pool with a swim up bar, and like
she's like,
she
even
doesn't
better.
want you there. And she's like, oh, even better, I'm literally only going to that pool now.
Not to put you on the spot, but you do such a good Raquel.
Oh my God. I was so scared you were going to say that.
Okay, we'll catch it on camera because Bailey does really good like mimicking, like while we're watching the show.
Do it.
Raquel will say because she has to like have a sentence. Raquel will say something and then Bailey will, while she's saying
Do the
next to
one
me,
where it's like, well, at least you don't have a man, Lala.
Well, she was drunk then. So she said,
Good thing you.
well, thank God you don't have a man. And she's just like,
Well, thank God you don't have a man.
but it's like you do such a good job of like not moving your lips.
she doesn't move her mouth at all. And not even in a Botox way. It's like in a like Stepford wife way.
Yeah,
It's like she feels like she can't talk.
it was
'cause
just
she doesn't know
so
how to
funny. Like the third time I don't even know if she knew she was like repeating her. I was like, you sound exactly like her.
Oh my God.
You're a little parrot. Rammer.
Yeah, so that was just it was a pretty good episode, and I'm really excited. And then Schwartz was on Watch What Happens Live.
Okay, that's what I heard.
Was so fucking good. If you guys have not watched
so
it,
many clips on TikTok.
every inch of that interview was so good. Like Andy Schwartz and
do they get paid to go on Watch What Happens
don't
Live?
think
Because
so.
like if you don't, why the fuck would he go?
Because everyone's fanning the flames. This is like a revival of Vanderpump Rules. Everyone,
But like,
they're
why would
benefiting from it.
he go? Of all the people,
because they're all trying, their clout and their relevancy is currency.
And they're all bought houses together, and now they're all divorced and breaking up. Like someone's got to pay the bills.
Yeah. So basically the main parts of the interview that I thought were interesting is that he knew that Tom and Raquel had hooked up in a supposed one night stand in August.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said,
does that timeline match up with the boys' night that you had told me about?
it actually matches up more with Sheena's wedding, I think.
Okay.
But then he said something happened during fall, and he's like flubbering over his words. Like he cannot stand being put in this position. And he says that it was like more of an emotional affair in the fall. And then by January, he said that Tom told him, I'm in love with Raquel. And that just kind of like opened the floodgates. And he was like, it was the worst kept secret. Like he was just going everywhere. Like with Raquel, like they had a guys trip up to Big Bear. Raquel was snuck into Big Bear, and like, because that was a huge thing too. And
Well, I saw TikToks of just some average girl who was in Big Bear at the same time, and she had pictures of like her and her friend, and like if I remember correctly, it was like the bar had like a mirror like in the background, so like you're ordering at the bar, like you see a mirror, you know, and she
they
was
took
like
pictures
she was
with
like
Raquel.
zooming in on like, if you look
No,
at like it's like
but
this.
that's the thing. Raquel was taking pictures with people at that fucking bar. They were not trying to hide it at all. And then Sandoval was also telling Tom Schwartz that he tried to break up with Ariana multiple times. She wasn't having it, which is turning out to be a lie. And the best part is like Andy's asking him questions like, how's Ariana doing or whatever, and he's like, I don't know, like I think she's pretty indifferent to me at this point. And Andy's like, indifferent? He's like, I don't think so. I think she pretty much fucking said she hated you.
I have a question. Is there going to be another season of Vanderpump?
100%. This
Has it already been like announced or
it's
no?
not.
Or
It hasn't been announced, but it will for sure be bought back. They would
who
be
the hell
insane.
is going to be on it? The same
Well,
people or what?
Ariana drew a very defined line in the sand. Line
Lined
in
in
the
the
sand, because she is a therapy queen. She like knows, and she said, "I'm not doing it if I'm not going to ever film with Raquel and Sandoval." And I think she also said, I'm not going to fuck around with people who also are fucking around with Sandoval. So like, Schwartz, you're out.
So it might be like Ariana and Katie.
I would love to see Ariana and Katie opening up their sandwich shop.
Yeah.
That's what I really want to know.
Because I'm so excited to see Ariana post Sandoval, because we saw her pre Sandoval where she was like kind of like having to just deal with fucking Kristen, who was so annoying to her back then. Then we see her with Sandoval, and I thought she was really thriving at the beginning, and then you see how like he drains her.
And now she's in her Reputation era.
She's in her fucking Reputation era.
And you know, there's just something about her.
There is something about her. You're right. Oh my God. So I don't know. That's probably too much Vanderpump Rules talk, but
That's okay.
Well, just one more thing. At work today, one of the last people that I would have thought was like, we were talking and she's like really had a rough go of it these past couple weeks. And she was like, I just gotta say something pretty mindless. And I don't think anyone's gonna know, but like, do any of you guys watch Vanderpump Rules?
and you're like, it's the great bringer together. What is it called? The great joiner?
Uniter?
Great uniter.
Joiner.
Joiner.
Hardly know her.
Bravo, like once you get into
she was still
Oh.
talking.
Oh, thanks, Paige.
You're welcome.
I was just gonna say, it was like the first time that I really like promoted the podcast. I was like, oh my God, we've been talking about it so much on Your Poor Dad.
Wow, Jesus
You should listen.
Christ. Wow. All right, well, let's get into listener stories.
Okay.
Let's move this fuck along.
So we don't want to go through that bracket?
I think we've talked a lot. We'll do that on like the
Fine.
FaceTime or
I
something.
really like that bracket.
Okay, we saw this bracket on Barstool Sports, and it's like, what is it called? The shit that
It's like the embarrassing.
the most embarrassing thing. So we'll talk about it next. We'll post it on our Instagram, and then you guys can weigh in, and then we'll talk about it.
Because it just makes me giggle.
Giggle.
Okay. I liked this one. This is just to put Jade on the spot.
Nice.
It says, hey sisters, I started listening to your podcast a couple of weeks ago from the beginning and I'm still playing catch up, but I'm on episode 51 and I can't wait to be live.
Oh my gosh, you're not that
Nice.
far.
I am one girl with 5 brothers, so I'm loving having 3 sisters. I am the second youngest. I'm 30 years old. This is kind of random, but I thought it could be a fun idea. I'm wondering if Jade could tell me what my signs are and what they mean. Zodiac, moon, sun, etc. My birthday is July 2nd.
Okay, so July 2nd, I think that's a Cancer. Is it?
I'll
Will someone-
confirm.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'll confirm.
So if you're a Cancer and then you're also the second youngest in all boys in the house, I feel like
Cancer.
you are very emotional. And I feel like you're also like, you put your pussy into like your relationships with people. And then I think it's people like you put so much into your relationships with people because you probably also do that. Like having so many men around you, you probably have to give. And then in your female friendships, I'm sure you give. And then when somebody pisses you off, it's like Ursula, the fire comes up and you just are like, no. It's like Stassi. Stassi's a Cancer
I
too.
am the devil.
And you know who else is a Cancer? Sandoval. And I think, no, Jax might also be a
So
Cancer too.
Ariana would be too.
Yeah.
And so is Peter.
Right. They're all Cancers. That's why
Whoa.
Vanderpump Rules is so crazy because they're all Cancers. And
Whoa.
so, and I'm also sure, I feel like you're probably also very maternal, but you're also like kind of still little sister vibes, even though you don't think you're little sister vibes. But I feel like people around you probably think of you as a little sister vibe, but you like are always trying to be like the big sister vibe. So
Nice.
That's
that was
my,
detailed.
yeah. That's just, let me know if I'm right.
Yeah. Let us
Or
know.
she could be like Christina Ricci in Now and Then, and she was always like taping her boobs down and wearing her dad's
Maybe.
shirts.
Yeah.
But fun
don't know.
fact, 2 of my best friends, Lisa and Shayna, they are the youngest of all boys. And so I feel like I get along with people like that.
You're right. They are.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hi, sisters.
Hi.
First of all, I have to say how much I love this pod. I don't have sisters, so the advice you give is great. I've made almost everyone I know listen as well.
Thank you.
And that's what you all should be doing. Take examples from this sister. This is a star sister.
She works at a gym, and she tells everyone who comes in to tune into us.
Hell yeah.
Even
Wait,
better.
is this, I wonder if this is one of the girls that I met in Houston. Okay, go on. Houston.
Okay. All right, she changed the names. Great. Okay. So in high school, my freshman year through junior year, we had a younger female English teacher who coached track along with running other clubs. We'll call her Miss B. That's me. She was a pick-me girl / teacher. Cue Jade's
Oh my God.
pick-me voice. Pick me.
You know who I'm thinking of? Our family friend.
Oh.
You don't even know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
To the point where other
I know.
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
Like, how can you not know?
I'm here. I'm with you.
Okay.
It takes me a minute. I'm a step behind.
All right, to the point where other teachers even seemed to be embarrassed by it. In class, she made it very obvious she had strong favoritism to the males in class and not the females.
Oh my God.
She would take some of the boys' hats or sweatshirts and like playfully run around the halls with them.
Oh my God. Loser. Okay, go on.
She even one time wore her wedding dress to school.
For why?
She says,
Halloween?
She needs to go to
Because-
therapy because she has trauma that she has not unpacked yet.
yeah, no one knows why. It was maybe a prank or something. Anyway, this boy, let's call him Joey, was a year above me. So this was her junior year and his senior year. Joey was the type of kid that had made his way around the school and definitely had a reputation, if you know what I mean.
Big reputation.
Even some of my friends and I had fallen victim earlier this year to his charm.
Jesus Christ, Joey sounds hot.
Anyway, my school
And then
gave-
not like
Don't
in a,
feed
yeah,
his
no,
ego.
No, sorry.
And you know what? You
And
need
he's
to
a
relax.
minor.
He's a minor.
You're a creep. Once he turned 18, he was hot.
Ew.
Anyway, my school gave all students the option their senior year to shadow someone in the profession they were hoping to get into for college.
So Joey's like, I want to be a teacher.
Oh no.
Example, if I wanted to go for nursing, I would have the option for half the day every day that semester. I would go shadow in a hospital.
That's cool though.
That's a really great school.
Joey decided to do his learning experience
No.
with Miss B.
He's like, I want to be a sex girl, so I'm going to hang out with Miss B.
Yeah. He then also became super involved with a bunch of different clubs and started on the track team. Coincidence? Definitely not.
Oh, so you think there might be some pool with Miss B?
Jade,
Okay, go on.
She was the track coach.
Go on.
There was always weird speculation about something going on with them because but there was speculation because no one ever had any proof. That was until Miss B went out to a very known hangout in town this summer after Joey graduated and the floodgates opened.
When he was finally 18, you sicko.
Right.
Because obviously they were spotted canoodling.
Ew.
Wait, can you remind me? Was Miss B married or anything? Like,
Yeah.
She wore a wedding dress to school.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot. I'm shook. I'm shook by this whole
Also,
thing.
I keep saying Miss B, but she keeps writing Mrs. B.
Okay, Mrs. B, because she has at least a husband, possibly children. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not only did they have a full-blown relationship where they were both leaving school during hours to go to his house, but also hooking up in her
His
classroom.
parents' house.
Yeah, his parents'
his
house. He doesn't
parents'
have a
house.
house.
His bachelor pad. But
Also,
also
the room that he shares with his little brother.
with his roommates.
No, probably his parents' room.
Oh,
The master.
Because
they're not going to be home.
Ugh.
He doesn't clean his room.
But they were also hooking up in her classroom literally for months.
What the fuck?
I stayed somewhat friends with Joey, so he ended up giving me most of the details later on.
I need all the details.
The whole school thought it was wild because there were so many things administration had okayed for them to do. Locking the classroom door with just the two of them in there, going overnight on school-related trip, letting Joey skip class to go sit in her classroom. Not to mention that Mrs. B had a whole-ass husband and a daughter.
Oh my god.
The reason her husband found out they didn't live in town was because Mrs. B had actually gotten pregnant by Joey, and the husband was never able to have kids of his own. They'd previously adopted the daughter.
What? Oh my god.
I don't think she ever had the baby, such is her right. And but she did get fired from the school and literally
Yeah.
blackballed for good reason. She's a fucking
Blackballed?
predator.
Blackballed meaning she can never be a teacher, right?
Probably on the sex offender registry.
Hopefully.
Yeah. This isn't the first time something like this has happened at my old high school, so they no longer allow students and teachers to be alone together. Jesus.
This sounds like a
Christ.
school that would be in Dallas Fort Worth.
It really does.
Like that is such a DFW thing.
But like what I can understand an explanation. Oh, this is a school related trip. What
Why
I
would
don't
it just-
understand, what explanation is there that they're like, yep, just you two can have the door locked in the class.
Why
Like,
do you think a trip?
I don't know. I don't, but yeah, I don't
No, I
actually
think
look.
all of it is fucked up.
I don't actually know, but it's like,
I think Miss Libby, for me,
Yeah.
the thing that is most fucked up is like, how are you as an adult able to relate to an 18-year-old? I will never understand it.
I think it's just insecurity and wanting.
It is such a specific type of person, and why are they always the exact same? Like Miss B is exactly like our family friend who did this.
here's the thing about me. I'm 31. I'm 31, guys. I cannot even fathom dating a 25-year-old
No, I can't even fathom like
because we have so
30.
much not in common. You know what I mean?
That's why it's a mental illness. And I think that when people are like these huge gaps in age, it just is like icky to me. And I know age is just a number, blah, blah, blah. I can relate to so many different people. And I love like meeting people who are older than me or whatever. But like to have that intimate of a relationship, especially like, I'm sorry, an older woman to a younger man is different.
Well, and I was going to say
men are slower on
Men
the
are
uptake.
stupid. And
Yeah.
like the fact that you are a woman, you're supposed to be smarter. I'm sorry, you just are. You're maternal. Like that is in our
and
DNA.
you have to be.
It's in our DNA. Like we are maternal people. So the fact that like when you turn to a child like that is such a fucked up thing.
Well, and I just wanted to say to your point about like a big age gap, I think
It's weird.
It's less weird. It's less weird if the younger is an adult and it goes like up. You know what I mean?
Paige, duh, that's like fucking pedophilia if it's the other way.
Well, that's kind of hot take. My point.
Hot take. Hot take. What do you mean? No, it's always fucked up. And I have to say, like, when there's these women that are like, it's not always fucked up. Let me say that. But like, when you are like 21 years old and you are dating a 50-year-old, I don't think that that's like normal.
Right.
I think that you have an issue, and I think there's an issue on the other side, and I hope you guys are happy. I hope you're healthy. I hope it's like consensual and all the things, and you're not being mistreated in any way. But it puts that younger person in such a vulnerable position, and it puts them in the position to where like there's such a power shift. And so that's a hot take. Sorry if you guys have like a huge age difference, but
Hey.
hi.
I'm trying to decide where to go from here now, guys. Sorry.
I'm glad that teacher got fired.
No shit. She should be fucking fired.
Well, I know, but a lot of the times when it's a female, a lot of things are more so swept under the rug kind of thing when it's a female teacher.
But this is why when we were like a young country, like people used to be like taken into the streets and like shame, you know, like tarred and feathered and shit. I think that was mainly more medieval than this country, but
Also, this country has a very different history with tar and feathering
yeah,
people.
I think that was not the right thing to say. But like a shame thing, yeah.
oh, I thought I meant more like medieval times. Like
Yeah, that would be like
you stole something.
not a catapult. Guillotine.
Yeah, like the guillotine. It's just like I don't think you can come back from being a pedophile. I'm sorry.
No, you shouldn't. And you shouldn't whether you're a woman or a man. And I was just saying, I think that especially with like the teachers, it seems that like
I've never seen a teacher ever come back from that.
No, I'm saying, but you hear it more about like male teachers getting fired and never being able to teach again. Female teachers, it's like, oh, it's not what you think. Kind of swept
I've
under the
never
rug.
seen a female teacher. It's not just what you think, and then they get to teach again.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I know what you're trying to say.
I don't think yeah, okay. I think everyone else will get what I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying, but I think if Bailey does, everyone else will as well.
Okay.
So it's a good.
But also, I do know of instances too where it's like the male teachers just like being a little weird or like
I feel like
he's
male
just
teachers
joking."
get away with it all the time because it's like they're the biggest fucking pervs ever. Every baseball coach, every school is like a baseball coach or like a football coach or a wrestling coach that teaches history and is like oogling the girls.
Oogling. Jesus.
But anyways, we've talked about teachers a lot in this episode.
It's our poor teachers. Okay, let's move on.
Poor
Let's get us off of this.
But we
Wait,
really-
can I go potty?
We really do love
Okay.
teachers.
No, like literally our sister is a teacher as she just told you, even though.
Just broke the news.
Well, if she's gonna pee, I'm gonna pee.
Well, if you're gonna pee, then I'm gonna get wine.
Well, if you're gonna get wine, you can get me wine.
Well, if I'm getting you wine, do you want dough?
That. Big reputation.
Oh my god. Hi, Tiger.
Paige, what were you trying to say?
I think she was saying that
There's a lot of pedophilia going on in schools, but most
hashtag not my school, not my country, not my president.
but more often than not, the teachers that get in trouble are male.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause they're the ones who do it the most.
Are predators.
Because men are predators. All men are predators. Predators.
Hashtag yes, all men.
Yes, all men. Believe no men. Believe all women.
Teachers are women.
You know what I mean?
Believe our teachers.
So it's like one bad apple. It's like the cops.
It's like the cops.
One bad apple.
Big doggy Braven. Big doggy Aiden. Are you guys doggies or little babies?
This episode is sponsored by Mr. Robert Sr. Okay, that's enough. Jesus criminy.
This episode is sponsored by Dow.
This episode is sponsored by Dow Vineries. Vineries?
Vineyards.
Viners. Well, we are going to Germany where it's a Baltic language. Don't they say there are W's as V's? Sorry, you're not Baltic. You're French.
There's not that much left. We should split it. But I know you're driving. Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Did you get your wine?
I did.
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
Well,
Can you like enunciate?
I
For
can
me?
try.
Can you try to like speak from your like diaphragm?
Say that in a nicer way.
I don't know how I tried to. I thought that was
also,
nice.
she waited until the end. I think it's just 'cause my voice is so.
And like I need you to
Gone.
try to
Can
like
I tell you something?
what?
Remember how you were mad at me the other day whenever you said, "Can we record?" and I said, "Actually, no, because
No,
my
Paige,
I'm
Baily,
I'm too busy today."
This is so Paige. I said, "Okay, can we record today?" She goes, "Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. No."
because I had a lot of meetings, and she was like, "Can you say that differently?" And I was like, that's literally nothing even personal about you. It's
I know,
like
but-
it's a factual statement. And she was like, "But the way you say it stresses me out."
No, because
and
she could
The
just-
whole reason I'm saying this is because the way you just said that to me. Can you just like enunciate? It's the same. What you're asking me to do. I don't think that you're intentionally saying, "Can you just like enunciate to Baily?" I don't think you're meaning it, or like you're wanting it to be taken as like how it sounds. Just like
Yeah.
I clearly am not wanting you to take offense to me being like, honestly, no.
Honestly,
because it's like
no.
you asking me if I'm like available to record during my work day, and I'm like, honestly, no. Like never in my life would I think that would be offensive to you and your being, because it's like you don't have any control over my
It's
work
not
schedule.
offensive. It just doesn't make me feel good.
So it's offensive.
Yeah, and I normally get very offended when you say this.
Yeah, but we're on a teacher's rights kick, so
Yeah, this episode's for
Except
me.
for the pedophiles.
No, Jesus, don't.
We're for all teachers except for the pedophile ones.
Hot take.
Hot take. We're here to make a very bold statement, and we do not agree with teachers who hook up with their students.
Facts.
I agree.
I stand by that statement.
Yeah, that's like, call me, like, you know, say what you will about
Call
me.
me new age.
Call me new age and say what you will, but like, I am willing to put me and my brand on the line to say I don't agree with teachers hooking up with their students.
And we support teachers who do a good job and are hardworking.
Yeah, call us old fashioned. We're here for the teachers.
Sorry, we want to protect our youth.
Okay, next story.
Okay, well, this one I'm a little bit worried for because it's kind of long and I haven't read through all of it.
Everything's gonna be fine. I'm feeling great. We all just peed.
Right if
Okay, good.
you just keep dancing like it's 22. Another fucking bop.
I looked at Jade when that song started playing because like
Because it's your favorite.
I was like,
love 22. Red is such like has so many like fun little bops. And she came out and she was in that like shirt and it just like she literally transported you back into each era of her life. I can't explain it. Like Britney just doesn't do shit like that. And I like,
could.
I know, like, well, back when Britney was performing and, you know, here with us, like, she always just wanted to glaze over those eras. And I was telling Paige, like, it was just so special to see her, like, skipping out to Fearless and then really embodying Red and then just being, like, so 1989. Like, she was out there, like, swinging that electric golf club. And it was just, like, so fucking cool. We got to take you. So I'll make this episode do really well. And then,
Yeah, somebody tell us how we can get a suite.
I haven't drank on this podcast in like almost 4 months.
And it shows.
Cheers. Oh, sorry. I just kicked your dog in the face.
Oh, he's a cute one. All right. Hi, girls.
Hi.
I'm one of 3 sisters, and
Oh,
it's
God.
insane how relatable your dynamic is.
Oh my God. It's insane how relatable we are.
My youngest sister reminds me so much of Bailey.
She's the middle. I bet you. Is she the? Is did
she
she,
the
did
middle?
If she
say?
said youngest,
Oh, so
then-
she's,
so
she's probably the oldest.
Facts.
who knows? I listen.
Can I just say one thing real quick?
Sure.
I think there's like 2 different types of older sisters. There's like Alexis Ertl older sisters that are like,
Right, and then there's you.
and then there's like me and Kourtney Kardashian.
Because you want to know something? There's on TikTok, I see trends a lot where it's like, I saw this for the Eras tour. It was like, you're the oldest. You bought the tickets. You did
Yeah.
the, like, you organized the whole thing.
No.
And then like the younger sister comes in 5 minutes before you're about to leave. And she's like, can I borrow an outfit or something like
Yeah.
that? And I was like, cannot relate.
No, but that's like, so when I say Alexis Ertl, that's our family friend. Sorry that I put your first and last name out there.
Yeah.
But like, so Alexis she's like the type
So
A older,
type A.
type
so
A older
organized.
sister. She's organized. She's going to like tell everyone what they're doing, but she's,
She's
also,
also
like,
gonna like rule the world one day.
yeah, totally like, I aspire to be like her. But then there's like the other older sisters who are more like me and Kourtney Kardashian, who when I sent you guys that meme the other day, it's literally so me. It's like an older sister who acts like the youngest sister.
Yeah.
That is me.
Also, the clip you sent us today about like Kourtney telling Chloe that she's gained weight, like when Chloe was pregnant, like the whole time I'm just like, you.
It is so me.
Like,
you. I don't even know. I'm not even like this with other people. It's literally just you two. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like I can be like a bad little girl.
Like
Like a brat.
what was it that you said the last time that literally made Bailey not record? What are those pants?
Yeah.
So I was already on my last leg. I went to sleep literally when you guys started recording, and I slept
I know.
for 12 hours.
You
Nice.
slept for you and you were sick. It was like a whole thing, but it's just that it's the same tone. What are those pants? And can you enunciate?
And then I was like, what is this pot? Like, what are these beans? And I was just like being an asshole and I can't even help it.
Yeah, and you can help it because you did it today. You have it within you.
Yeah,
Okay.
she did it today, as in she didn't
Look at
offend.
me. Yes,
I
look
know.
at me. Look what
Well,
I'm
this-
wearing.
that wasn't
You didn't
half-
say one goddamn
Bailey,
thing.
those pants were perplexing.
Those
Yeah.
are some great pants on her. She wears those pants often, and they look cute, and she gets compliments.
Okay. Personally, they're not for me, but I'll just let it go.
I've worn them like 3 times this school year. It's been fine. And I've
It's fun pants to wear around children because they're like fun.
It sounds like I'm trying to entice children. Jesus.
No, not
Remember.
remember. No, in like a gymboree way. Like, I like shaking my pants. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
That's
Not in a pedophilia way.
Who was
Okay,
that?
let's
Who
go.
was
Let's
that-
move
Who
on.
was that girl? It's not Raggedy Ann, but she looked like
TikTok
a clown.
girl?
No, when we were growing up.
I know,
Yeah.
not TikTok, but like she was a clock.
Yes, she was a clock.
No, when I was
It's a clock. It's a clock.
Can I tell you, when I was at Disneyland with my friend Chelsea, we were waiting in line at Soarin' Over California, and it's like a long, windy ride or long, windy line. And there was this guy, and you know when you like are always around the same people, like at Ben's or whatever in the line, and we kept matching up with this guy, and he had this doll, and it was like a doll of that person. I'm getting chills,
Why
and
can't I remember her name?
I can't remember her name either, but he was like, "Oh, this is Julie."
Was it a life-size doll?
It was like this big. It was huge. And he was like, "This is Julie." And then Chelsea is just like the most pleasant person to be around. So she's like, "Oh, tell me about Julie."
No.
And he was like, Julie loves this ride. It's
An adult?
Yes.
No.
He was clearly
No.
fucking disturbed. And then every time like we would like get away from him, she was like, "He wants to fuck that doll." I'm like, "He wants
does.
to?"
He does. Yeah, he does.
It was so fucking creepy.
whoa.
She got her own seat on the ride, Julie. Whatever her fucking name was.
Speaking of TikTok, that's like one of the. I'm not on TikTok very frequently, and my algorithm is so weird. That person that we're talking about,
The clock?
Yeah, I saw a thing where it was like
My
"Guess
Big
who I
Red
am?"
Couch.
Bear in the Big Blue Couch.
No, that's
no,
Bear. That was
no.
my first sexual awakening when I saw Bear in the Big
Oh.
Blue House. It's like My Big Red Couch or
Yeah,
something.
you're right. You're smart.
What's her name? Julie? Susie?
Hold on.
Julia?
Okay,
Stephanie?
It's telling me who it's produced by. Hold on. I don't
Wait, what is
care.
it? Julie something.
Julie Corky.
Julie Quirky.
Okay.
Okay.
Her name is
Sandy? Susie? Sulia?
wow, she has several names. Lunette, Flower, Hickory Mouse, Pearl Barley, Seed, Sunny the Funny, Bee, the Little Engineer. So I'm assuming
no,
her name
this-
is Lunette.
Yeah, I don't. He made up his own name because it was
Julie
none of those.
Quirky.
Julie Quirky, yeah. He wanted a porky Julie
But
Quirky.
that's the one because that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yep. Uh-huh. My big comfy couch.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow,
Bailey, do you
okay,
want to
anyways.
continue? Sorry.
Okay. Gosh, I don't know if this is the right one.
I get so
No, it
chatty on dough.
Okay, hi girls. I
Hi.
already said
Okay,
the dynamic
skip.
thing. Okay. I have a workplace relationship story that I was very loosely involved in, but just too juicy not to share.
Hell yeah.
Forewarning, the story involves a lot of people, so I'm providing a key. So, which I like this because it looks like it's about to be like a dramatic reading. So it says, Lucy is the boy stealing associate. Sarah, heartbroken associate. Jeff, sleazy manager. Kim, innocent new hire associate.
Okay.
Okay. There will be a quiz.
I can hear you when you like
Okay.
swallow your spit. So
okay.
it can, I'm just
Everything's
saying.
fine.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad you're just saying. Okay. It's a good observation. I welcome your critiques. I work at a company where workplace relationships and hookups are pretty common because everyone's around the same age and we work extremely long hours together.
Sounds like mine.
That was her.
Jesus Christ.
Relax.
I hate that sound.
The higher ups are cool with people dating as long as it's someone within your staff class or the staff class right above you. So that means if you date 2 levels above you or below you, it's kind of
Then
a big
you're a
no-no.
whore.
Well, we were only allowed to date in our grade or one grade above. So it's like mom's rules.
Among other reasons, it's because your yearly rating and compensation are determined by the people positioned 2 levels above you. Whatever that means. All right. The following events took place during my very first year working there as a spry 22-year-old. There was an associate. This is the lowest entry level, who we are calling Lucy. that people weren't particularly fond of because she had been secretly hooking up with a manager, Jeff, behind her friend Sarah's back, while Sarah was also hooking up with him.
Yikes.
Sarah was also an associate, so that meant there were 2 levels between them, which is not okay. You might be putting together that this Jeff character is a real piece of work.
He was.
He had a reputation for preying on the new female staff and honestly looked the part of just oozing with sleaziness.
Like Peter.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sarah
Peter?
was
Peter
from Vanderpump.
Oh. I thought you meant your Peter. I was
No,
like,
not my
what?
Peter.
No, not my Peter. He's perfect.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. We hate him.
We
Okay,
have
go on.
different faith paths.
Anyway, Sarah was a pretty popular associate and liked by a lot of girls in the office. So unsurprisingly, when Lucy started to hook up with Jeff, there were very few people in her corner.
Raquel.
Yep.
Fast forward, oh my gosh, let's see. Fast forward to me starting and innocently attending a happy hour after work one Friday night with all previously mentioned parties present. I hung close by to one of the girls that was in my hiring class, Kim, and didn't stay too long. However, after Kim and I left, one of Sarah's friends took it upon themselves to snap a photo of Jeff and Lucy making out in the corner of the bar.
Oh my God.
She then proceeded to submit the photo to our company's anonymous ethics line.
Whoa.
That's
Was not
diabolical.
expecting that.
She should not have done
turn.
that.
Wow.
Well,
Snitch.
let's see how it plays.
You little narc.
Monday rolls around and I am clueless that any of this went down until my new friend Kim gets called into another manager's office. One of Jeff's close friends, by the way. That's how it always is.
The old boys club is what they call it.
Yeah. She comes out 20 minutes later in tears.
Oh.
I asked her what happened, and she said she is being accused of having an inappropriate relationship with Jeff and is not only shown the extremely blurry photo that was sent in, but also read aloud the rules from the HR handbook about the consequences of being involved in an unreported romantic relationship.
you wanna know something about-
Hold on, I have a question. So Kim wasn't the one that reported it, right? She's just an innocent bystander.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
And you better here's something about me. I'm not a snitch unless you're going to accuse me of something, and I'm snitching on everybody. Because guess what? Not only because if I'm Kim at this point, not only do I know all of the parties who are actually involved, and I've been minding my own damn business, you're about to pull me. You're going to make me cry, threaten my job, bitch. I got receipts, okay? And I'm going to tell you exactly who's been fucking up your best friend, sir. And let
You're
me
just
show
gonna
you
burn
how.
the whole fucking company.
And I'm gonna
down.
burn because it's all fun and games until you're gonna involve me, and I'm not even involved. That's your last mistake.
And Jeff's best friend clearly knows Kim wasn't involved.
And he's probably not smart enough to know. Oh, there's receipts. I hope Kim just fucking.
Or he
Receipts.
sees that Jeff is making out with someone and he's like, oh, it's probably Kim. Like, he's like, it could be anyone. Like, close your eyes and shoot a dart in the office and Jeff probably made out with her, you know?
Truly.
Okay, go on.
Okay.
Jeff sucks.
Okay, so imagine a man only a couple years older than you talking to you about inappropriate relationships.
You're like, okay, you're a man,
And your best friend's hooking up with everyone.
and your best friend is Jeff. Like, go fuck yourself.
Absolutely humiliating. She obviously denies that it is her in the photo, so the manager insists that he will be questioning all long brunette-haired women that attended that night.
Oh my God, what a dumb bitch for even starting this. Not Kim, but whoever fucking started it.
Also, it's just like, hello, ask me. I will tell you everything.
He even throws my name out there as another suspect, which was a stretch because I had short black hair at the time. To this day, it still
But
blows.
you might have cut it that night.
Also, if they can tell it's Jeff, why don't they just fucking ask Jeff
Exactly.
whose tongue his
He
throat
says-
was down?
he says me, no, no.
Or whose
Why do
throat
all
his
the
tongue was
women
down?
have to be put on
Every
the fucking
female
line?
with long brown hair must be questioned. But
How
Jeff,
else could? Because
no.
But
'Cause
not
Jeff
Jeff. Why
doesn't
doesn't
know.
Jeff have to be put? This is exactly what it's like being a woman.
Because it's like, the fact is, we know Jeff made out with someone.
But this is why
So Jeff, who the fuck was it?
But I think it's also like when they bring in the Jeffs of the world to be questioned, Jeff would be like, "Eh, yep, it was me. Sorry." Yep, I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. Yeah, totally. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again.
And be like, oh, but was she hot? Nah.
But like with women, it's like, oh my God, what?
dare you?
Like, it's like, I feel like we just have like more
This is your
emotion-
career.
Yeah, it's like, it is our career. So we're like a little bit more emotional. And then it's like, it becomes like a bigger fucking thing.
Dude, fuck Jeff. I'm pissed. I'm heated. I'm fucking heated.
Well, we still have some way to go. Maybe we get some resolution. I don't know.
Hopefully, because
Okay.
if not, I'm writing.
I know.
I'm figuring out this company.
How
and
much
I'm
longer is
writing the
this?
letter. Don't ask that question. Let's go.
Okay.
To this day, it still blows my mind that this is how either HR instructed or how the other manager interpreted it needed to be handled. Probably the latter in order to save his friend, Jeff. Why would they not just question Jeff directly? I will never know.
Oh my God.
Me neither. Anyway, a few hours pass and I luckily never get called in for questioning. However, Kim receives a message from Jeff via our internal chat system that says, "You and I had a good time on Friday. Thanks for the makeout sesh." Winky face.
What? Jeff is trying to set it up. That fucking weasel. Okay, keep going.
And yes, he had the audacity to include the winky face.
The audacity.
Exploding with rage, Kim responds that they both know that that didn't happen. He then continues to press on that it did indeed happen and not to deny it.
He's psychotic.
At this point, Kim threatens to tell HR what he said to her, to which he replies, I'm not letting Lucy lose her job for this.
Hell fucking yeah, Kim, you better
Fucking
take
dumbass.
that fucking text to HR.
Okay.
At this point, fearful that they were actually going to believe him, Kim meets with HR and they pull the chat history and clearly see Jeff's confession. Fucking duh. They tell her that things will be dealt with accordingly.
And Jeff gets a raise.
Spoiler alert, literally nothing happened to Jeff. They made Lucy switch teams and a few weeks later offered Kim a promotion.
Wow. Sad sacks.
Kim, being the queen she was, accepted it, waited for her bonus to come, and then put her 2 weeks in on that day. She switched teams pretty shortly after that because who wants to work with people who let a man like that manage people?
Jesus Christ.
As for Jeff, he still works at the company, even on track to make partner next year. But from what I hear, continues to be a misogynistic sleazeball.
A misogynistic.
A misogynistic sleazeball.
Ew.
Hashtag fuck men. That's how it ends.
Wow.
Hashtag believe no men.
First of all, fuck Jeff. Second of all, Queen Kim. And
Third of all, I love that you're just like the Greek chorus of this whole thing, like watching all of this go down.
actually, I love that too. She's like, and then this is what happened with
Like,
so and so.
at no-
None of this happened with me, but this
In
happened.
no
this
point
happened.
did she have any involvement in the story, but she's watching it go down. She goes, bitches, do you want to hear some juicy goss?
And you know what we do?
And we do. We
always
always want to
do.
hear juicy goss.
She practically wrote a little Greek play for us at the beginning. She
She's
had
the
like
Greek
all the
chorus.
characters, and then she had like
And you know what? We need more stories from you, lady, because thank you.
Yeah, talk about storytelling. That's a Taylor Swift level story. Check. You guys, all
Yeah.
good stories today. You know what I was thinking that we should talk about next time?
Not Taylor Swift or Taylor Swift.
We should try to limit our Taylor Swift talking, but I think we should talk about like super embarrassing things. Like something that happened to you that is so fucking mortifying. Like you shit your pants on a trip with your new man and like you're
Okay,
stuck in
I
it
got one.
in a 4-hour car ride through the Amazon jungle.
No. Here's the thing about me. Not only do I have one, but I will.
Your life is an embarrassing story.
No, but the
I
thing
feel
is,
like you always-
it's not.
Sorry, not like that. Not like
No,
that.
it's
But I
not
feel like
because
you
I
always-
don't get I should be embarrassed by 90% of the shit that happens to me, but I'm not. But
Can
I will
just
tell you
clarify?
this.
Can I clarify what I meant by that? Is that you just always find yourself in an embarrassing situation?
Yeah, no, I didn't even take a little bit of offense to that.
Okay, Bailey did.
But what I will say is there is one topic that I do not talk about. However,
You will?
I will because this is when I keep thinking about
Oh,
it.
no.
It is
Okay.
the one thing that is the most mortifying situation.
Do I know it?
Yes, you do.
I think. Okay, if you're ready to blow.
And
your
you know
load.
what?
All right, girls, you heard it here first.
I have the option to change my mind, but I think I'm going to do it.
Okay, and then
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
post that Barstool thing, and then we'll do like our own little spin on it. because I want to hear like everyone's reasoning of like why they're going to pick certain things over certain things. So let's play this game all week.
Okay.
And then we'll lead it up to the thing and we'll figure out
Our
the timing.
embarrassing story. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I think this was a pretty good episode.
This was great.
Yeah.
We love
I feel
drunk
good
James.
about it.
Yeah, she's back, bitches. I'm going to Miami next weekend, so
Sweet.
Hell
sweet.
yeah.
All right. Well, don't forget to tell everyone you fucking know. And if you're at a bar and there's a guy and he's like, put your number in my phone, take his phone,
Subscribe
go
to
to
Your Poor Dad.
his Spotify or his Apple and go to Your Poor Dad
Or
and just
both.
subscribe, download every single episode on his phone and waste all of his memory.
And
on his
if you're
phone.
going to be in Miami next weekend, Jade will be there.
I'll be there.
And then, I'll be in Boston soon too. So
I think I'll go to Boston.
let us know if you're going to be
And Bailey will be here watching The Frenchman, and rate us, review us. We do this for free. So if you know somebody who wants to pay us, if you want to employ me, I am all right.
Great.
Anything else?
No, this was perfect. Thank you.
Bye.